Okay, welcome. It's hump day, dump day. Maggie, what are we going to dump today? Oh, we've got something new we can dump. We've got something new.
I was just thinking about that, yes.
It just hit me that it's hump day, dump day, but it's also a wonderful day of Tim Holtz Makes, presented by our wonderful Elishia. So Alicia's back, you guys, and I know that you love her creations and what she does, and she's got Patriotic projects to show us. She's got lots of tips and different things using mainly Tim Holtz, but some other papers and things thrown in, including this layout. And we're going to get right back to Elishia, but first we have some exciting new product to show you. Look at Maggie's checking it out.
Yes, I love, this is one of my favorite backdrops.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
I like that one.
Cigars. Just reminds me
it
of the
is
old
cigars.
cigar boxes.
Yeah. Well, if you like Tim Holtz and you like the vintage style, I like to say this, hang on to your hats. Hang on to your hats because Elishia's here. Before we do that, though, we want to show what we did yesterday, and we've got new product. And one of the new collections that came in, Maggie, is very vintagey.
Yes,
So I think
I've been
people are gonna
looking
love
at
it.
that, and I think Elishia might like it also.
I think she does like it. So, all right, so yesterday...
How about if I hold the
Okay,
camera
all
and I'll
right.
let you do the talking?
Yesterday, what we did, yesterday we had the family recipe pocket album that we showed, and it's a kit, and we have kits still available, so if you want to make that, the kits are $20.99, and they have everything you need to make this, even including you get 12 recipe cards. And you can see I've got those right in here, and we've got it decorated, did a little stenciling, and so this was our yesterday video, so check that out if you missed it.
I loved it, Kelly. I watched it yesterday.
Oh, good. I love making these books. They're so fun. And Maggie, the other thing that we did yesterday was we asked people, we didn't plan it, but we asked people for ideas.
I saw
and
that,
suggestions.
yes.
And Maggie, a lot of people asked for some of your mixed media
Oh, thank
projects.
you.
And she's got some coming up.
We're working on some things.
And we have some things put back from Maggie that I don't know that she knows about yet, but we got to let her get through a couple projects, and then we'll work her some more. All right, so that was yesterday, and then we also launched our Patriotic. It's the Stars and Stripes Patriotic Bundle, and you get the collection kit from Photoplay called Stars and Stripes. So I believe it's got 12 papers, a sheet of stickers, and your ephemera for
I love that.
$12.99.
Wow.
I mean, the collection pack alone is $15.99, and then you're getting the ephemera, and it's only $12.99, and this is while supplies last.
And anytime you can get the paper and the ephemera together, it's,
well, you know, I have a
it's
weakness.
just crafter's heaven.
I have a weakness for ephemera, so I know you can do a lot of crafting. And Elishia's doing some patriotic things, and you could maybe even take this collection and recreate some of the things she's going to show us.
I love it.
And then, down this way, Maggie, I might trade you places. Why don't we switch around? So the other thing is that yesterday we sold out of the Patriotic Tag album.
Wow,
and
Kelly, that's
we
great.
were able to get 5 more kits. So if you missed out, you didn't really miss out. It's $19.99. It has the tags, the book ring, the ribbon, everything you need to make that fun little patriotic album, just in time for the 4th of July.
Kelly.
I love it. And while we're talking about patriotic, Teresa has a craft along on Monday. That's just like less than a week away. So she's going to be crafting along, or you're going to craft along with Teresa, and she's going to have some new watercolor techniques. And if you get the watercolor panel, you can actually be doing it with Teresa on Monday. And this is $1.29 for the Patriotic watercolor panels. And don't you love that cow?
I love it. And even if you can't get to the craft along, those would make great card fronts, and you could color them anyway.
Well,
so you need more
yes.
than one.
And you guys, Penny is coloring these with Copic, so we'll be able to kind of have a peek at that too.
Well, I walked
So
right into that one, right?
You can color with all kinds of things. You're absolutely right. Okay, now let's get to the new product, Maggie. And we had some new stuff that we didn't show yesterday. And I want to start with Honeybee because we got in some stamp sets. It looks like I only have one of each. This one's called Because of the Brave, and I won't be able to read it or anything because I only have one, so I don't have any idea what it says on the front, but I love the font.
I do too. Different fonts. Celebrate our heroes, land of the free. There are a lot of people that are looking for cards like that to give to veterans.
And there have not been very many
Yes,
of those.
that's great.
So to go along with that, we have this background, and this is called Land of the Free. So it's kind of like Land of the Free because of the brave.
Nice.
And this one's $19.99. And then we also received the Airmail embossing folder, and this is a 3D embossing folder. It's $12.99. I think that's kind of cool,
really
don't you,
cool.
Maggie?
Yeah. It's got a lot of different destinations.
Now, when you're using the 3D embossing folders, you're going to get a much deeper impression. You want to give your paper a little mist just to loosen up the fibers, and it'll keep it from cracking.
Kelly, after you emboss that, could you cut them apart for little individual pieces?
Yeah, I think you could.
That's how I'm thinking
well,
of it.
some of them are layered.
Yeah, a little
So
bit.
you might not be able to get whole ones. And there's a stamp set that's not here.
For
Elishia,
tucking,
could you ring the bell for us? There's a stamp set that I for sure want to show everybody, and it's not here. Now here's Belated Birthday.
Yes.
Penny, there's a new stamp set from Honeybee that's kind of snarky birthday, and
Yes.
it's not back here. Could you go
Okay.
grab it?
I'll grab it.
Okay, so that's Belated Birthday. And then this is Mini Messages Birthday. These are nice just to cut out on a stamp, cut out on a little strip, tuck them in here and there, or add it with a big sentiment.
Yeah. Kelly, I always like to keep a stamp set like that in with my envelopes and cards. So then when I need a quick card, I've got this, and it covers everything.
It does. It's got Let's Eat Cake, Sending You Hugs, Make a Wish, Best Day Ever, Calories Don't Count Today, which I like that. These are also good to stamp on your envelopes.
I love it.
And then this is called Celebrate, and this is another background stamp.
Wow, I like those.
This heat embossed, I think, would be really nice. And even if you had like variegated colors and you heat embossed it. Same with the other one. And there's another birthday stamp that I really want to show you, and Penny went to get it. I'm not sure why it's not back here, but Penny went to grab it. It's very snarky, and it has hilarious sayings on it.
Kelly, I'm thinking that Patriotic one, you could use Tim Holtz distress inks, like in red, white, and blue. He has the picket fence, and just kind of.
The stamp over the top with archival ink? Is that
Oh,
what
no,
you're
I
thinking?
was thinking just taking those 3 inks and just inking part in red, part in blue, and
yeah.
part in white, and maybe even a slight mist before you put it down. Wouldn't that
stamp
be
it.
beautiful
Yes,
background?
we'd love to see that. I think you could also stamp it in archival and do a little spot color on it
Yes,
too. It
I
would
love
be
it.
really nice. Now we have had these little boxes.
Sassy.
Okay, all right. Before I show those, thank you, Penny. So Maggie, you're going to have to read some of these. Can you read them with your glasses on?
Yes.
Because they're just too funny.
From afar, you look 21. I think people have told me that. From a distance, with my eyes closed. Oh, so that would be the inside.
Yeah,
okay.
isn't that funny?
So glad you'll always be older than me. 1 year closer to granny panties. Let me guess. 29? Dang, you're old. That's what the grandkids say to you. You're going to need a fire extinguisher. The candles cost more than the cake. Can you read this without your glasses?
I know. Oh my gosh, I think of you and Katie with that.
Oh, that's
Anyhow,
funny.
that is Mini Messages Sassy Birthday, and I just love it. You're how old in dog years? You don't look a day over 16. R.I.P. youth. That is so funny. So I think a lot of us have friends that we'd like to put on their cards.
I had to buy a beer yesterday for my beer bread, and I got carded. That made my day.
Maggie, you got carded?
I think it's.
Oh,
I
my
think they have
gosh.
to card everybody.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. You know, sometimes they just ask you for your birth date. Have you ever had that? They don't look at your ID, they just ask.
Yes.
And I always lie.
Do you
I always,
really?
oh yeah, I always make it up. I knock off like 15, 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
And nobody's ever questioned it. So, or the time in the airport when you, you know, if you're over a certain age, I don't know if it's 70, you don't have to take your shoes off in security. And I asked the last time, I wasn't sure, and they're like, he was very professional and polite, well trained. He didn't say, oh, you can because you're old, or you can't because you're.
Oh my God.
He just said, if you're over this age, then you don't have to take your shoes off. So I thought that was kind of professional.
Really? Now, what I notice is, like, if we go to an event or the movie theater or whatever, and we ask about the senior discount, they
Yeah.
never ask us to prove it.
Oh, they don't. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think they don't have to. They're going, yep, you're over.
I went to a movie once and someone was disappointed, a friend, because she got the senior discount without being asked, and I wasn't asked. So I thought that was kind of good, but that's been a few years ago. Okay, well, getting back to this, we have these clear boxes, and Maggie, you have made gift card sets and put them in here. Like, not gift cards, but cards that you make, and they look kind of alike, and you put them in these boxes with the envelopes, and you tie a ribbon around them, and
I could make those all day long. I love them.
It's fun. I think Janet has made them. So what we've done is now we have packaged them in 4s.
Oh.
I think there's 4 here. So, and there's 4 sizes. You have 2 different A2, and I don't know if you can tell, but one of them is an inch wide. So if you're making more cards, get the wider, or if they're bulky.
Is that new? Because I didn't think we had that. I like that.
It might be new. I don't know.
Okay.
Diane took care of us. And then you have one that's, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch, so it's going to be a little bit narrower. And have you used the narrower one, haven't you?
I've used the narrower. I didn't know we had the thicker. So are they always, like in the bag, are they all the same size?
They're all the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get 4 of the same.
And how much are those?
They are $6.49.
Okay.
Which is just, what, $1 something each?
They're the best.
Which isn't bad. So we have the A2 size, and now we, guys, for our big card makers, Diana, if you're watching, we have the A7 size. And again, one of them is going to be a little deeper than the other one, and these are $6.49 also. So no matter what size you get 4 for $6.49.
Perfect.
So we don't have those individually anymore. We just have them in packages, which makes it a lot handy. And you know, you need to have these on hand because you never know when you're going to need them.
They make just a fast, quick gift.
All right, and then Vicki Boutin, Bold and Bright. You guys, it's just been sprinkling in, and I wish it would just get here and be here. But we did get the color, the 12 by 12 paper pack in. So now, if you love Vicki Boutin, like a lot of you do, you can just get all of your papers in one place. And there are some in here that don't come individually, these little patterns. Those we do not have as individual papers. Some of the other ones we do.
That is just a fun pack.
And this is $21.99, and let's see, how many papers do we get, Maggie? 48.
Wow.
So it's a pretty good deal. And then the 6x8s are here, the Bold and Bright Vicki Boutin, and then we have all kinds of Bold and Bright Vicki Boutin products. So if you go out to the Vicki Boutin Bold and Bright in our news section, you'll see all of it. There's embellishments, chipboard, stickers, washi tape, all kinds of good stuff.
Okay, so Kelly, I'm thinking that 6x8 pad and a package of these, wouldn't that be fun just to get together and make cards?
Make cards, yes, because you could
And
probably,
put 'em in those.
a lot of these you could fold in half
Yeah.
and maybe trim them down a bit, and you'd have a nice card base.
I love them.
Okay, I know you do love those. All right, and then I want to say Hot Diggity Dog, just because I like to say that. I just think it's so cool.
You have been saying that a few times this
Hot
morning.
Diggity Dog. Hot Diggity Dog. Okay, well, Hot Diggity Dog is actually not just a Kelly thing or a phrase or a fun phrase. It's a new collection from Photoplay. And catnip is on its way. So there is a cat collection coming. But I'm sorry, cat people, dogs do outsell cats. So dogs got here first. So I'm going to start out with the stamps because look at how cute these are, Maggie. This is from the collection Hot Diggity Dog, and the stamps are called Hot Diggity Dog. And aren't they just cute with the dog house and the paw prints? And there is a die set to go with it.
So
and those are
cute.
$15.99. Oh, they're just hilarious. Wait till you see the rest of it.
Make a set of dog cards and put them in one of those.
And here's the sticker sheet. There's lots of fun little images. Good colors. I just think the colors on this are really fun.
I like it.
And then I got the papers here, guys. And I got 2 of each so I can show you both sides. This one has got the cut-aparts on it. And look at the dogs. Aren't they just funny? I think you could make a movie with these dog icons.
They are really cute. Yeah, I could see a little Disney movie like.
Yeah, with just little funny dogs.
In this house, we narrate the dog's thoughts. A lot of dog people do that.
Oh my gosh, you know what? We were out with some friends a couple nights ago, and they said that they had got a dog recently, and they said that exact thing, that's what they do. Let's see. This one is a little different. Oh, you know what? I got my papers mixed up. So the back,
when you were talking about the dog icons, I thought maybe
did you figure it out? The back of the
okay.
cut apart is dots, and then the other one, this one has green on the
Yes.
back. I just picked up an extra one. But they're just funny. And the sayings, and this one is called To the Groomer.
Actually, Kelly, when you were talking about dog icons, all I saw was dots, and I thought, okay.
You're like, oh, whatever she says.
Yeah.
Well, our friends were saying, I don't know if I finished my thought, but they were talking about how they say what their dog is thinking to each other. You know, like, well, Spot, says blah, blah, blah.
Okay, Jackie wants to know, are the 5x7 cases discontinued? We have them, right?
Yeah, no, they're in stock. We can have Diane check on it if we need to. And there's their little dogs in their dog
I like
houses.
The stripe, yes.
Yeah, the papers just go really well together. And then we have kind of a Subway word with some dog bones and dog collars.
Very cute.
Maggie, 1 year, Corianne, our daughter, we had a dog birthday party for her, puppy, because she loved dogs.
Oh, funny.
And here's the collection pack.
And how much is the collection pack?
$15.99, and check this out. I think they did a really good job with their solids. And their solids are cardstock. They're not dyed paper. They are My Mind's Eye, or My Colors cardstock.
What am I supposed to be checking on? I heard my
The 5x7.
Somebody thought these were discontinued. Yeah, will you just see if we have inventory in them? So anyhow, it was our daughter's birthday. She loved dogs. I bet she was 4 or 5. And I worked at a distribution center, and we had the perfect boxes for making dog houses. So I took home 15 boxes for her birthday party, and Doug had a cow.
Oh my gosh.
Because I said, Doug, we can cut it here and here, and we'd have these really cute dog houses. And it worked, and we did it. And her friends came over, and they ate, they drank water out of little bowls on the floor, and they barked. And they got in their dog houses, and it had their name on them. It was so cute.
Oh, my gosh.
I need to bring pictures of that. I will look for pictures.
Kelly, there's still a little bit of question. It's the card boxes, not the... I think we're
I'm
a
not
little
sure what they're
confused,
looking for. Can you tell?
And there's the ephemera.
So what card boxes? Do you think it's the photo play card boxes that have the cards in them?
Maybe we'll get some
We need more
clarification.
detail.
Yes.
We need more detail. Okay. Last but not least, before we get on to Elishia, we got in this collection from Photo Play, you guys, and oh my gosh, it's called Everyday Junk. And I posted a picture of the collection pack last night so you could see it, but I want to show you all the papers. And we're going to take a couple minutes to go through each paper because, Maggie, I don't know if you've really looked at this yet, but it has 6 papers.
Wow.
And the way you could cut these apart, oh my gosh.
Yes, the colors
I see,
are just...
like right here, you have a wonderful panel. And then check this out, Maggie. This is
all those tickets for tucking and
oh my gosh,
layering.
It's amazing.
I love it.
It's a Michelle Coleman. She's the artist, the designer of this collection. We're not sure what they're asking about.
She keeps saying photo boxes.
Yeah, I know. Janet just texted me. I know.
Okay, got it.
Janet knows
All
what
right.
it is. Here's another one with the cut aparts. And oh my gosh, Maggie, what do you think? I
can
love
just
it.
see junk journal people.
Look at here.
Yes.
There's
oh
your
my gosh.
perfect backgrounds.
So you got all this, Elishia?
Alicia's already got this.
It's
you
right
guys.
up Alicia's alley.
So hopefully she got 2 of everything. Hopefully she'll be back with some projects.
Oh, I love this.
So there's music, there's dictionary, there's tags, there's tickets, there's fun
Wow.
like advertisements. And this looks kind of like a newspaper. Oh, an old newspaper, but oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, here's a good one too.
Oh. Time has a wonderful way of showing us what really matters.
Isn't that true?
Just
I really
so
feel
much
that
fun
way
to
at my
cut
age.
apart and
There is no 5x7 anymore. It's
Right, it is
discontinued.
discontinued.
So,
That's what it is. Okay.
Okay.
yes, that's
So, all
Thank
right.
you, Diane.
Time out. The little boxes like this, we can no longer get 5x7s. Well, I'll try to find another supplier, but right now, who we get them from, we can only get 4x6. We can still get the 5x7 that you can store your, or is that 6x6 that the glue press fits in? We still get that one, but the flat one like this, we can't get. So, sorry, guys.
Donna's saying she wasn't going to order it, but it looks better than even online.
Oh, does it really? This makes my heart sing.
Yes.
Okay, so Maggie, I was thinking of a project. So everybody just hang tight for a minute. Go get a cup of coffee. This makes my heart sing. If we did a project and had this for the background and then a clip for a photo.
Oh,
so something special that makes you happy.
Very good. And layer it with a few of these tickets. And
so people were wanting more projects like that. And look at this one, Maggie, with all the tickets. And then the back of this one, I think, is about the only paper that's like that, that's just kind of a overall pattern without all kinds of stuff.
I could see that, Kelly, being the mat for that music paper.
Ooh, yeah.
Where's that music paper that you were going to cover something with? See, that could be the mat behind it. Like
or even just look at this.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh
We're
my gosh.
already thinking.
We love it. We're sorry that we're delaying things, but and this might be one of my favorite pieces right here, because I love that color, kind of bluish gray. And we've got dictionaries, we've got borders, and OMG.
You could just have a heyday cutting all these things apart and layering them.
And here's the sticker sheet.
Look at the old envelopes.
I know, it's just very cool, very cool. I'm so excited this came in. This collection was delayed a little bit. Photoplay, I don't know what part of it delayed it, but they do have a collection of cardstock that goes with it that you can add to it if you want. And these are the colors that come with it. And then Diane went and she picked out some color vibe that she liked with it, that kind of some of the accent colors. And if you go online and you go to Everyday Junk, Photoplay, these are all in there. And there's some inks that go with it. But these are some of the papers that
So Kelly, I'm looking at this line, and there's so many different directions you could take it. It could be a
it's just, I just want to like,
photos.
I want it all.
Yes, I love it.
Now, we ordered double on this, and you guys, you know what? I reordered it last night. So we ordered double, and I've already reordered it because I just don't think it's going to stick around. And we picked out ribbon yesterday, so we do have a ribbon pack that's got that green and blue that's highlighted and that gold. So you can get a ribbon pack if you like. And then there's a couple more items. There's the ephemera. Oh, we just did.
Okay.
Chris just brought out the papers, and Diane had gathered them this morning. So we got double great people that work here. And then there's 2 stamps.
Can we dump the ephemera?
Yeah, that's a good idea, because I said we were going to dump, and we didn't dump. Let's dump the ephemera.
It is Photoplay.
Photoplay Everyday Junk.
Everyday Junk.
I'm going to dump it on here.
I think
on
that's
this,
a great idea.
Right here, Maggie. Oh, here comes Elishia. She wants to see it. All right, let us know what you think, Elishia. So here is the ephemera. It's got 30 pieces. Elishia, did you get 2 of these too?
Yes, I did.
She did.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Oh my gosh. Vintage is my love language.
Oh, I love
Hello, friend. Thank you for being a friend.
And all of these squares, that everything pops out.
Oh yeah, it's
They're
all
just-
perforated.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Write it down. One life, live it. You know, there was a quote back here that you read, Maggie, about time. Do you remember what it was? 'Cause I
yes.
so agree with that.
Time.
Someone's going to have to clean up after us. It'll probably be us, but... Oh, here it is.
This one right here. Okay.
Time has a wonderful way of showing us what really matters. As I get older, that is so true. It almost gives me shivers.
Yeah.
Shiver me timbers.
And I just like that. I like what you said about putting this on
know.
music.
I'm still learning to love the parts of myself that no one claps for. I love that too. Oh my gosh. This is amazing, everybody. You can tell we love it.
We're going back to the dump here.
We're going to dump, and then we're going to go over and see what Elishia's got for us. And we're going to invite her back, because if she's got all this product, we want to have her come back.
Thank you for opening that up.
Well, thanks for reminding us. Well,
And
Elishia, are you
there's
ready? Are you ready to
Elishia.
go? All right, we'll get your microphone. Maggie, Maggie, say hello to Maggie, everybody, and thanks for your help this morning. And we're going to get Elishia mic'd up, and then we're going to go look at her amazing projects. And everybody, thanks for joining us today. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so happy for all the comments on our video yesterday with the ideas, and I got an email today. Jan says Memory Bound is the F.A. Swartz of craft stores, Toyland. That's why she can't afford Botox. Oh my gosh, you guys. That's so fun. I'm looking at comments here. Donna says her checkbook is crying, and looks like a Halloween spider in there. All right, so everybody, thanks for joining us this morning. Now we're on to the main event.
Good morning.
And Elishia's been here before many times, and we love it, and we love her projects, and we're anxious to see what you've made today.
Thanks for having me again.
Oh, we love having you, Elishia.
So I think I'll start by showing some of the stuff. I have it in order.
Oh, you're so organized.
So then I know what to say, what's what. So I thought I would start with this. So even though I do a lot of the Tim Holtz stuff and maybe some more mixed media projects, I also do some traditional 12 by 12 layouts too.
Well, and I like it because I look at this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know that I could ever make this. But then when you explain what you did, it makes it very doable, and it's not that crazy, everybody.
A lot of it was very simple. And I just, when I start covering boxes and stuff, I do all of them at the same time. So I kind of make a mess and create a bunch of stuff and then figure out how it's going to work together after that.
I can envision your craft room after hearing you come on the
So it's a little
video and stuff.
It's a little more picked up and clean right now because I had someone come in and clean all my windows in my house, and I was embarrassed
to pick up
and come in my room. So it's picked up now.
When people come to our house, we were able to close off my crafting area.
That's what
we just shut the door and close the window. It's glass French doors, so we have to shut the blinds so the light doesn't shine in. Yeah. So then they can't see in either.
Yeah. Oh,
so
that's funny.
Tricky.
So this is my first layout that I did.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want me to hold it up, or is it?
No, I can go like this.
Okay. So this is a copy of a photo that I brought in here. Most of these photos are copies that I make here in store. And this was some of the Tim Holtz frames, the newer frames, but a lot of this was the Crafty Garden.
Oh, we love Crafty Garden, for sure.
And all I got of the Crafty Garden was the laser cuts.
The minis and the regulars.
The minis and the regulars, yep.
And that's what all these little pieces are, like here
it sure
and here.
Is. It's hard to see some of them because there's so much in there.
Yeah, you get a lot of pieces.
But what I wanted to point out was this little frame down here. So this is actually, we photocopied the back of this photo.
Oh.
So this was what was written. And that's, my grandpa had written his name. So Clark, he had written his name there. It's hard to make it out and read it, but that's...
Is your grandpa one of, I guess he's right there.
Yep, that's my grandpa right there, and he had written his name on the back of the photo, which I thought was really cute.
Now, if you're local or close by, we can color copy your photos like we did here for Elishia.
Yep.
And they do turn out they turn out looking very much like the original photos.
Yep, they do. And then, I can go in and alter the photo, and I sand it. I added the Tim Holtz tape, which I'll show that in a little bit. But I do all the inking and stuff like that on the photocopy. That way I don't damage the original photo.
Good idea. And I see tiny attacher staples.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All kinds of fun stuff.
Well, they love this, Elishia. Oh, she's only shown us one project, and you should see the hearts flowing through.
Thanks. And then this is the paper that I used, which is from a different collection. But I just kind of wanted to show that, if you don't have all the papers or you have neutral papers, just grab the ephemera packs and you can make this. It was so easy, and this was so much fun.
And there's a lot of neutral papers. This one happens to be Vintage Artistry Essentials Saver. And can you show us the back of that? I know you didn't use it, but and it's another very neutral.
Yeah. So if I was going to put this in a book, I would do this side too and use both sides.
Use both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
They do. There is a question that we have. I missed who asked it, but they're wondering what you do with all your creations, because obviously you have a lot of creations and you have a lot of amazing things.
I have a lot of stuff around my house. I have a very big craft room, so I take a lot of my things. I have a book like a We Are Memory Keepers, you know,
Oh,
3-ring
yeah.
book that I keep a lot of the vintage like this. This stuff with family photos on it, I give it to someone in my family if they want it, or I display it in my craft room. It definitely looks a little hodgepodgey in my craft room, but I love that.
Well, this
'cause-
doesn't, like right here, this all looks like it goes really well together.
Yeah, thanks. So I just have shelves and stuff in my craft room, and that's usually what I do with everything. I store it. But if somebody looks at something and says, "Oh, I love that," and I'm like, "Do you want it?"
You're so nice. Well, and you guys might not realize it, but these are not lost relatives.
No, they're
or
my-
these
yeah.
are real relatives.
Yeah.
But if
They're
you
my
don't
family.
have old photos, you can take newer pictures and print them in sepia or black and white.
Yeah.
And you can do the same thing with newer pictures too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just kind of have a soft spot for the vintage and the old and the history.
We can.
and,
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are stories.
yeah, so I like using, and I do sometimes do little books. If I'm struggling with something, I'll throw together a book and use the Tim Holtz little tiny people or something like that. But I prefer to use my family photos. Okay.
It's kind of funny that you're here, Elishia, because the Everyday Junk collection came in, and that
That's,
was
like,
such
right
a
up
good
my alley.
transition to
Yeah.
seeing what you've made.
That's right up my alley. Okay, so the next collection that I used was just this paper pack and this.
And you know what, Elishia? This is designed by Michelle Coleman. This is with Liberty from Photoplay, and it's the same designer of Everyday Junk.
Yes, which is probably why I liked
That's
Everyday
probably why you
Junk so
liked
well.
it.
Yes. And so that's what I used to create these. And these I actually did use. These are original photos. It's my grandmother's brother, and I don't have anyone else in the family to pass these photos on to. So I did have some extra copies of the originals, and I did use them. But once again,
that
just lots of
layering.
layers, lots of ink. I rip, I tear, I sand. Some of the sticker ephemera pieces were a little too new, a little too bright for me. So I'm not scared to go over with my Tim Holtz little sanding tool and sand it and ink it.
So like this one, for example, which was in the ephemera pack that she just showed us. And she, like she said, she sanded it so it's not quite as bright of a red. Or is that a sticker?
It was
that's
on the
a
sticker. Yep. So you can see how bright and how vibrant it is and how new. And I just sanded it and inked it. I did the same thing with the 50.
Okay,
and-
so here's the 50, so you can see the difference.
Yep.
So sanding it really makes it look
Makes a
older.
huge
Not just
difference.
inking it, but taking your
Yeah.
sanding tool, your
And I'm
paper
not-
file or your Tim
Yeah.
Holtz.
And I'm not real
sanding
careful
disc.
about it. I mean, I'll just sand right over the top of it.
Do you sand it while it's still in here, or do you
So usually what I do is I put it on the project and then I sanded
really
it.
sand it?
Yeah, I'm not careful about sanding. I'm not careful about inking. If something rips and tears, it just adds to the character of it.
I love it.
And I did the same thing with the little banner. I sanded that.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. You really have to, I got to go
Yeah.
slow here so everybody can see everything on here. It's collaged so nicely that you just miss things. And what color of ink did you use on that music paper? It looks like maybe it's a black soot.
I
or-
use frayed burlap
Frayed
quite
burlap?
a bit. Frayed burlap. I do use a little scorched timber, which at first I thought was too dark.
No, I think it really makes it show.
Yeah, I do use a mix of both. Yeah. And then, so like this little piece here and this little piece down here, if you can see, was this.
Okay, so
I cut it. Yeah. So that was that cute little sticker. So I cut it in half because I just
Oh,
wanted a
then you
little
could
bit
use it
poking out.
twice.
Yep. And I used it in both spots.
great tip. I love
And
it.
other than the mummy cloth, I use all the time. And all the other stuff like the rickrack and everything else, it's just stuff out of my stash. Any buttons that you see,
I like how you used rickrack for your banner, around your banner. I
Yeah.
think that's really neat. I like that a
Thanks.
lot.
yeah. Yeah. And then this one, this is one of the panels, the Tim Holtz, etc. panels. I have those here. And I use these a lot.
It's nice because you get 4 in the package.
Yes, and you can layer them on top of each other, or like I said, this one, I'll probably find a little frame or something to put it in to display it in my house. But I just wanted you to see how, I mean, it started out like this. And this is literally just one of the pieces of paper from the paper pack.
that's one paper. I
Yep.
thought maybe it was layers.
No,
but
it's just one piece of paper, and then I ripped and tore the plaid and the floral. and just layered it on there, inked it up.
Now this looks like the Tim Holtz fringe.
It is, yes.
Penny, will you see if we have any of this?
Actually, it's right over there.
Elishia used just about everything we have on our Tim
I know,
Holtz wall.
and I'm so sorry because I
No, I think it's great.
I feel so bad for Doug
It's
because
nice.
I just
Doug
kept
linked
adding.
a lot of stuff, and I think it's great because we get to see how to use things.
Yeah, and we did not link that, but yes,
So
I did
this
use a little
this
bit of
is
that.
actually the Christmas fringe, but I've been reordering it as I see it because it does work well for a lot of other things.
Definitely an everyday. The mummy cloth is an everyday thing for me. I use it all a lot.
So in the fringe, you get 2 strands that are 1.5 yards, and they're $4.99.
Yeah, and I will say a tip. I take it out of the package, and then I will just cut and snip a piece, and then I really take it and I roll it around in my hand. I mean, you can't hurt it.
Okay.
I really scrunch it and roll it around, and then I'll add a little ink to it also.
Well, it makes a great background. I love it.
it's real-
in front of that little
Yeah.
tab. I don't know if that's ephemera. I think it might be ephemera.
I think that one is
little
an ephemera
America.
piece, yes.
And it's right here on the bottom of the ephemera. So I'm going to get up close on that, Elishia, so people
go
can
right
really
ahead.
see it. And then this over here on the right, you guys, is just a piece of paper.
Yep, that was just a piece of paper out of this pack.
What a nice border.
It's beautiful paper. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we love it. This is the With Liberty. It's their new 4th of July collection for this year.
Yeah, I really liked it. Okay, so are we good with those?
Yeah, I think they're amazing.
All right, let's move on to this little book here that I
curious to
did.
see what's going on with this,
So
Elishia.
this book is Linen Market from Simple Stories.
Well, we love Linen Market too.
I really liked it, but I did use the Tim Holtz book. This is what it is.
Oh, we have not made anything with that yet. So
I have
I'm
2
so
books.
glad you did.
I have 2 books with this product.
So she's using the Linen Market paper pack
Yep.
and the 6x8 paper and then the ephemera. And the ephemera is nice, you guys, because it's bigger. And I can see that she used it on her front cover here. Or maybe that's a cut apart. That might be a cut apart.
That was a cut apart. Yes, I believe it was a cut apart.
So right here, we'll find it right here with
Yep.
this. It's in here somewhere. I'm not seeing it right. It's not jumping out
Oh no,
at
wait,
me.
this one? This one is right here.
Oh, here it is.
Yep, right on.
Okay,
Yep.
so it is in the ephemera. I didn't see it on the
Yes. And I will say, I will really cut apart if there's any pieces in here that I just want something of it. I have no problem in just cutting it apart and making a mess of it.
back. So cutting apart the cut apart.
Absolutely. And I did use, you'll see throughout the inside, I did use the blue labels.
Okay, here's one right here.
Yep. I use the blue labels quite a bit to kind of keep it cohesive. I tended to pick more of just the reds. There's some beautiful pinks and blues and colors in here, but I tried to use reds, blues, a little bit of yellows. And tell me how it looks.
So it looks good. It's
Yes.
amazing. She got a doily, and we do have the Bow Bunny doilies. I just used that on the front of my recipe pocketbook.
Yes. I did a lot of the Tim Holtz tape in here also. But I love this.
Do you have a package of that tape? I know you were
So,
going to show it,
yes,
but I just thought we could give people a peek at it.
Diane told me I think it's gone possibly.
I think we have some to sell. Reordering it wise, it's on back order, but I think we still have some in the
I think
store.
there was just 1 or 2 left
It's
possibly.
it might be in a couple
Yeah.
places. Well,
Okay,
we'll
that
find
would
out.
be good,
We'll find
yeah.
out. I know Diane would know because she
I-
was looking at that for a project.
I love this stuff. Like, I love making my own tape, but this is like a game changer. Yeah, I've already used a whole package, so. So I just took photos, old photos, family photos, made little tags to go in the pockets. This book comes with 3 pockets. Sometimes I use the pockets and sometimes I do not. And then I tucked a little piece of ephemera also in the back, which is so cute because my grandpa's name was Clark, so that's Clark. And that's,
Oh my
isn't that
gosh,
cute? It
that
was
is-
just totally random, but I had to
that's
just
meant
stick
to
that back
be.
there. Yeah,
Look at his lunchbox, you
I
guys.
know,
It's
isn't it
patriotic.
cute? I wish I had it.
That would be so
Yeah,
cute to have.
I wish I had it.
Now, Elishia, is this a color copy of your original photos then?
It is,
Okay.
yes.
So you guys, you can see how good they copy. And maybe if you're not local, maybe you have a place that does color copies and you can take them in. And we print them on acid-free. It's not a heavy cardstock. It's more of a, I don't know, maybe 50 pound or 60 pound.
If you live anywhere local and you want to do this, I highly recommend coming in and making copies of your photos. I can alter this so much. And look, add the tape and you sand and ink and it looks like the old picture. Yeah, so just little pieces of ephemera, little Tim Holtz pins, some, I don't know, old ribbon and stuff. Here's another one, just a little tag I made.
I just love seeing the clothes and the
Isn't
stuff
it
hanging
cute?
on the wall, and it's just,
Yeah.
oh, it's so fun.
And I do try to find, how do I say, a boring place to fold, to sand, to add tape, something with nothing going on.
Right,
To
yeah.
add a little character to it.
So like on this, what you're saying is like on this corner, you might, on a modern photo, you might crop that off.
Yeah.
But here on your older photos, you don't really do a lot of cropping on older photos.
So these books were really pretty easy to cover, to alter. I love this picture. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
And
the
see, I just added a little tag with a loop pin and some vintage buttons from my grandma's stash. So for me, it has meaning.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
And look at this family photo.
Yes. Yep. And this is all just ephemera, stickers. Like I said, it might be from a cut apart. It might be a piece of ephemera that I cut apart to make it fit there. I just do what you're going to do to make it work. There's the back page.
That's a good photo too.
And this is the cool thing about this book is it just keeps on a flipping.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to have you take one out of the package,
Sure.
and so we can show that.
So this picture just slides in and out. I made like a little tuck spot there. Tell me, can you see good?
Yeah, we can see it perfect. I didn't realize it does this, but I guess that's true. You have both sides.
You have both sides. And I did another book like this too.
He's got his camera, you guys. Is
Isn't
that
that
Clark?
cute?
Would that be Clark?
That is Harold.
That's Harold.
Yeah, that's Harold. Yeah.
Alicia,
and then you're
it's
back to the
amazing.
front.
It's just amazing. So you
Thank you.
basically took it and covered it with the paper from Linen Market.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and
Yeah,
open
let's
this up
see
so
what
we
you
can-
started with. Everyone's loving it. I'm not even reading comments. Okay, I better see if there's any comments.
And if anybody has any
and
questions,
Debbie asked what
let
it
me know.
looks like before it's decorated. And that's what we're
Yes.
going to do now.
So this is what it looks like before. And as you can see, it's got these little flippy flappy things. So let's see. I'll try to set it so you can kind of see the difference.
Why don't I get back a little bit and
Okay.
maybe put one above the other, and then people can see
Do
exactly.
it like this. So what I really liked about this is that the covers actually slide off.
Oh,
So you've got the pockets.
I did not know that.
So this is what it looks like.
Okay.
Front cover slides off, back cover slides off. So you can decorate it however you want. If you wanted everything to be the same, I have another book over here that I did where I actually sewed the pockets because I wanted some sewing and stuff in there. But yeah, to think that this is how I'm so backwards, I'm upside down, so pardon me if it's not quite exactly
Oh, I think you're fine.
here. I think
Except,
we'll go
yeah, you need
this
to
way.
flip it because the pockets are on one side
Pockets are just on one
and
side.
the other side is plain.
Yep. But as you can see, this is nice thick chipboard. So you can distress, you can sand, you can spray ink. You could just decorate this and not even put paper on top of it because it's like the multimedia cardstock. So it's definitely inkable, sandable, all of it. And then these just slide into the sides for the covers. So you can decorate the covers separately and then put the book back together.
And I love the paper that it's made out of. I know Tim
Yes.
talked about the paper.
Yeah, it's really, really, I mean, like I said, I added this all to it, but you don't have to.
So then can you,
Just need that phone number for on the back of the car. Phone.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
515 7
Alicia's looking up her phone number.
1433.
Okay, and then if you flip it over, then you can see the back,
Yep.
and like Alicia said, it's plain.
Yep. But obviously you could add pockets, you could add so much stuff
It's
to
a
it.
wow, and you can make it any theme you want.
Yeah. I will say when I do add, so I like mine to look vintagey, so you can see in here in all of the folds and creases, there's some ink in there. I do go through and ink all of those areas
You do that
prior
before you start?
to adding the paper.
Okay.
I do. You don't have to, but I do to kind of achieve that look. I do, yeah. It's easier to get the ink on all those spots.
Okay, and then did you glue the covers back on when you were finished?
No, you do not have to glue them on. They just slide right in.
So you just leave
So,
them as is? I mean, you don't worry about, so they'll just come off?
Yeah, so you can see like this comes right off. So this is
Okay.
still on the inside.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it just slides right in there.
And then Jerry has an idea that I kind of like. She said, like here, you could fold the pockets to either side. So if you don't want all the
Absolutely.
pockets on the inside, you just would fold it back and it would be on the back. So thanks, Jerry. Would love
Yep.
that idea.
Yep, absolutely. Or as you can see on the front part of it too, I didn't like the little flappy thing, so I just folded it over and covered
Oh,
it up.
right here on the cover? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
And this is called the Pocket Folio, guys, if you're looking, if you want to make this. And how much is it? It's $9.99. Boy, that's not a bad price
It's
for a
really
vase.
not. No. No, it's really not.
It's funny because it looks bigger when you opened it up than it does on here. And it does come with some twill.
Yep. And I did add quite a bit. So I mean, I've got no. There might be some more up front too. Sorry. But I did add a lot to it, and you can see it's fairly bulky, but it still sits real nice.
Yeah, I kind of
So-
like it that it does sit on its own. You
Yeah.
you could kind of unfold it and set it out.
Absolutely.
Very cool, Elishia. I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm glad you made this because we have not made any projects with that yet.
I really, really like
With
it.
the pocket
In fact,
folio.
I've bought a couple more of these because I definitely like them.
Well, and it's nice to have a starting point.
Yes.
And you guys, you don't have to make it vintage. If vintage isn't your style, you can put Doodlebug on here. You can do a birthday thing, family photos, maybe baby's first year, whatever it might be.
Absolutely.
All right, where are we going
Okay.
next?
I don't know. You
Everybody's
tell
loving
me.
it
Pick
all so
something.
far. What? Let's do those.
Do the boxes?
Yeah.
So these boxes I kind of made to go together. And they are mostly made with the strips.
So that is what they're calling the paper strips. This is the new, both of these items are the new release from Tim Holtz, his new ideology that just came out, was it last month maybe?
Yeah.
And it's called paper strips, and they're $5.99, and you get 89 strips. So you get a ton.
And I'm going to tell you, I used a lot of them. But that's what I started doing. I just started gluing them to the boxes, to the vignette boxes.
And you could do this with any of the vignette boxes.
You could do it with any of them.
So
Yep.
you're using the
I use
square
those.
ones. So these are the square vignette boxes, and you get all three. So everything Alicia's using, you get all three, and they're $12.99 for the three.
So I just started gluing them on, and I did use collage medium to glue them all on. I did sand, I inked, I didn't think I would like scorched timber because I thought it was too dark. What I have learned is I ink a lot with the frayed burlap first
Look
around
at those
all
two,
the edges.
though, how good they go together.
Yes. And what I'll do is I'll go back in with the scorched timber and I kind of hit the edges and the corners really well.
So you
And it
do
just
frayed
adds
burlap
depth.
first.
Yes.
And then you just hit the corners with scorched timber.
Yep.
Well, I didn't realize those two colors, when you look at that, they look like they're from the
beautiful.
same family.
I love them. And then as always, I love the antique linen distress spray. I spray it on anything and everything. I just think it just adds an age to it. And I did finish off the edges on some of these, so you can see on the edges I added some of the stamps from the new stamp book.
Okay, and this is the sticker book called Postmarked. And
there's
just
so
take a
many.
little flip
There's
through there.
so many of them in here.
Teresa has been loving this.
Oh, it's really cool. I wasn't sure, honestly, at first. And then I thought, oh, no, you have to get it. So I did. And I really like them. I mean, look at, there's neutrals.
And here's what she's got right here.
Yep,
on the-
I used
on the
quite a
edge.
few of them. Yeah. So these were probably the most simple, and I really just liked the way they looked together my thought was probably what I'll do is hang them, you know, on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Like this in
You
my
know,
craft
and
room.
they also make a nice background. If you say you had, I don't know, something on an easel that you want to
Well,
put in
and
front
so
of it.
here's my other, I thought, okay, make one that you can put a photo on. So I did make these to maybe not cover so much, but then I thought, okay, I just added the little hook and just a little cluster of ephemera stuff down in the corner, and then you've got a little photo.
So, Elishia, what
Holder.
did you, I know this looks like one of the Tim Holtz little clips. What did you glue it on with? Is it like,
I just used,
is it collage medium? Or?
no, I actually just use, I have the Barely Art glue.
Oh, so like a liquid glue.
Yeah, just a liquid
Okay.
glue, anything.
And here's the little pieces she has down here on the corner. Yeah, I think those look really neat together.
That was one of the new pieces, one of the new little flower pieces from the metal embellishments.
It's probably an adornment. Do you have that here?
I think I might.
Elishia,
from
oh,
this
there it is. So that's the adornment, Sweetheart. And I love the word sweetheart.
And I did use the word sweetheart on one of my
And
other
did you
projects.
put
I'll
paint
show
on
you.
this? Is that how you?
I did. I painted
Okay.
it, and I probably grunged it up a little with some alcohol ink. I also used a little bit of the, is it the
Oh,
luster
luster wax?
I did, yeah. I did use a little
Oh, okay.
gold luster wax.
So the luster wax is a Sizzix product, and it is really nice because you just put it on with your finger.
Yep, I love it.
And I always mention it smells good.
It smells
too.
really
It
good.
smells really good. They want to know, okay, question, how did you attach the paper pieces to the box?
Collage medium.
So she used collage medium. You
And
can
I-
use matte medium if you want, or collage medium.
You can use whatever you want. Sometimes even if I just have my glue sitting there, I'll just use my glue. I am not, how do I say? I'm not precise about anything. I've been
She's
known,
not, you guys.
I've been known
That's what
to,
we love.
I've been known to so sometimes the way I can get this look is my brush going into my collage medium is dirty and has ink on it, and it gives you this grungy color, and
It
it's
does.
fantastic.
I love it.
So if you were to look inside of my collage medium, it's probably yellow,
It's yellow,
or
brownish.
brown. But that's what you get. You
That's-
get that,
I
and
know.
and that's how I like it. So I don't mind doing that. So
And Elishia, we have a question. They
Sure.
want to know what the size is of this one, the rectangle. Could you measure
this
that for us?
one, it is. I got to take my glasses off to see. 5.5 by 4.
Okay, so 5.5 by 4 to
Yep.
answer your question. And this is another one of the vignette boxes.
Yes.
And I'm sure we have this one. I don't know if Elishia grabbed
you
it, but
know, I think
we have this one by itself.
yes, I think you might actually. Do you want me to grab it real quick?
Yeah. We had packages of these and we opened them up. I don't think you can buy them single like this in a lot of other places, but here at Memory Bound you
So
can.
there's a pack with
okay.
all, and then there's a single.
Okay. Well, you might want all 4. So here
I
is
mean-
a set with 4 boxes.
If you'll see in some of my next projects, I have these. I have a cupboard full.
And this
so.
is $10.99 for all 4. So you've got they're vignette boxes. If you typed in vignette or vignette boxes, they'd all come up. You got your 4, and then you got your squares, and
Yeah.
that's how they. And then we also have the one that she used here separately for $5.49 if you just want to get one. And you know, Elishia, we put stuff in them. She's done them so the back shows. You can make vignettes.
You can make vignettes
and you've done that
inside,
too, I
yes.
think.
And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point I will probably do something and decorate the inside, so it's something that I can flip back and forth.
Sure.
I've been known to do Christmas in one side.
I remember that.
Yes, I do love my Christmas.
I can't remember did you do like Halloween on one and Christmas or Thanksgiving? I can't remember what
Yes,
you had.
I have done that several times. So I could see me doing something inside of here that was more holiday or more themed, and that way I can just use it for 2 different
Yeah,
things.
just flip it around.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, I could do that with all of these boxes, but I think it was Paula Cheney maybe that did some stuff where she did the strips on some of these, and I just loved the way it looked. So I just started playing.
So, and you guys, what's funny is Elishia told me before the video that she didn't think she was going to like the paper strips.
Yeah.
And here she used them on
And I-
4 Oh no, you got more projects.
I have a lot.
She used them a lot. I think she might have bought more than one package.
I think maybe I did.
But
yes.
you get 89. It's just a variety. You can see, you can't even tell what you get in there by this picture.
It's cool though.
But you get
it's
so many
worth it.
different ones, and they're $5.99, which I think that's really inexpensive for 89 strips of paper.
Yeah.
Tim Holtz paper, guys, not just paper.
Yes. Okay,
well,
so
those
let's
vignette
see.
boxes are amazing.
Yeah, we're getting through some stuff here.
We'll move them over to the side, everybody.
Yes. So we'll stick with the boxes here. So here's a couple other projects that I did with the same, so it's just the smaller size of these.
Okay, so this one was the one with the 4 boxes. And she used the 2 smaller ones, or maybe the middle ones. I think that might be the middle ones, because there's a really tiny one in there.
It could be. Yep. Yep.
Very nice.
And I just did the same thing. I just cut pieces from the strips. I wasn't sure how I would like these either.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the collage strips.
Yep, but I really like those too.
So the collage strips, we have small ones, and then we have these large ones that are newly released, but there were small ones before. They're $5.99, and oh my gosh, you get 30 pieces. And you can just cut these apart. I know Paula Cheney, I think the collage strips, the previous ones were kind of her idea. I love seeing all the colors.
So like this flower here, I cut it out. So I cut it out of one of the strips.
Out of a collage strip?
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Yep, it was part of a collage strip. And I will say the older, smaller collage strips pair perfectly with the big ones. You can mix and match them perfectly.
Elishia, I've never seen the inside of this package.
Do you want to open it?
I think we should open it.
Okay, because it's really cool.
I think I've never seen the inside of these large collage
I used
strips.
a lot of these on a couple other little projects over there.
So let's just take a look.
I mean, anytime I can open anything Tim Holtz.
Oh my gosh. So I kind of like it because it's sort of rainbow, like they got reds and blues, but
And here's your blues.
And you can cut these apart however you like.
And that's what I try, think outside the box. Don't feel like you have to use it in a strip. You can just use the pieces. But a lot of these coordinate with the skinnier ones.
So I didn't realize there's some photos on there too.
Yep. And here's some neutrals. Here, we'll try to, I love this one.
You can just pile them up.
That one's so pretty.
That's your favorite?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's some pinks. Look at me, I gotta put them.
She's organizing them.
Yeah,
You don't have to
the rest.
organize them for this. But it's nice. We just wanted you to see what's
look at
in
how
there.
many.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at the purple.
Look at how
and
many
the yellow.
different. Yeah. So see, this is the rose. That's the rose that I cut out.
Okay, that you cut out.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we are definitely dumping today on our hump day dump day. And there's kind of your oranges.
Yep.
You got your pinks. Yeah, I like how your project, you kind of stuck with the yellows and greens.
And I do
It made
tend
it kind
to.
of cohesive.
Teresa knows I usually give her all my purple stuff because I'm not a fan of purple.
You don't like purple?
I just no, and sometimes not that real bright blue color.
It's kind of a periwinkle.
Yeah.
Teresa loves purple, so
She does.
That's perfect.
So I really gravitate towards these,
Ooh,
towards
I
the
like that
neutrals.
one. I want a paper like that.
I love that one.
All right,
I
so
used it
those
for
are the
something.
large collage strips. Thanks,
Yes.
Elishia, for
You're so
spreading
welcome.
those out for us to see. I don't think we've ever opened them and actually showed what you get.
Yeah.
But you get quite a bit, and was that $5.99?
Yes.
For $5.99.
$5.99. Yeah, that's a great deal for all those.
You know, Elishia, I don't know if you saw Tim's video about his spritz, which, by the way, we will have it all tomorrow, but a little bit today and a little bit yesterday. But he is trying to keep prices affordable for people so that you can afford your hobby and your crafting, and he's very price conscious.
And I feel like also just use it, So many times in years past, I would buy stuff and hang on to it and think, oh, I don't want to use it because what if I can't get it again?
Yeah.
And I had to get out of my own head in that
I
and
love
just start
that.
using it. And I didn't have any specific ideas when I started covering all of these boxes. I just had so many of these boxes and I thought, just start putting paper on them and see what happens. And sometimes I do things and it doesn't turn out, and that's okay too. you can always cover it up.
You can
and start
cover it up
over.
and it's just paper,
Yeah,
right?
or sometimes you create something that you're like, oh wow, I really like that. It turned out really great. So this one is one of the skinnier boxes, which is this one.
And this is the tray. They actually call this vignette tray. And you get the 2 trays in here.
Yeah, and I use the smaller one.
And we used the bigger one. I think it's from Merry Makers
Yeah.
last year.
And I probably do have something at home in the bigger one also. So
I bet you do.
So it's this same thing, just the strips, the tape. This is one of the really old frames. I don't even...
We can still get that. We might, if we're not sold out of it, we just have maybe one left. They're kind of a lacy pattern frame.
Yes.
And I have been reordering those just because I like them.
Any frame would work, but these are just a good old standard that I have. And then just the little tiny clip.
Looks good. Looks awesome.
Thank you. Some really old Tim Holtz ephemera. Gosh, I've got
But you're
stacks
right
of it.
about using your stuff. And I'm
Just use
probably
it up.
one of the worst people because I'm like, oh,
Yeah, just use
I
it
want
up.
to save that for something. And
Yeah. So then, like I said, these I actually sewed. I made these little collages first, and I sewed on the paper, and then I glued it to the box. And once again, I'm not careful with my glue. I mean, there's times where I'm sticking my fingers in the thing and smearing it
Like,
on.
oh,
I don't-
gosh.
just whatever to get it on. And then this little dome I had was a quite a bit older one. But I do use these a lot too.
Yeah, the cork domes would
Yep,
work. And
yep.
you just put some flowers in there. And
Yep. And I just spritz those with some Distress ink spray. Yep. All right, so that's those. Let's see here. You want to do these next?
Yeah, yes, that sounds
Sticking
good.
with the strip theme. So I just took a piece
Oh, these are
of...
strips too?
Yep. I just took a piece of, what do you want to call it?
Like chipboard?
Chipboard stuff that I had laying around, probably from, honestly, a piece that you stick in my bag when I leave with my
Could be.
goodies. And I just cut it up to fit these old frames that were gifted to me. And then I just put the strips on there, inked it, sanded it, spritzed it with a
So
little
this
antique
is another
linen.
strip
Yep.
project. Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Yep. So
So it's not the collage. We're back to the paper strips.
yep, those paper strips. And I think I've done I have so many left over, but I've done all of these projects with just 2 packs of these.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And they're only $5.99, so
Yeah.
that makes it.
Yeah. And then I just added the hooks. I put a little alcohol ink on those. Those are just the Tim Holtz hooks.
They're the little clips. And
Yeah.
oh, good. Alicia
There you
brought
go.
some. These are the ones.
tried
These are called large hinge clips, and I think there's a small hinge clip also, but these are the large ones. And I love that. These are $4.99, and you get 8 clips. You could do that to any frame, or put it on your
Oh,
box, or anything you've done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I made these so that they can just pop right out, so I don't have to leave them in these frames if I don't want to. Yeah.
But they're nice frames.
This one, I just kind of wanted to show sometimes how my projects start. This was with this pack.
Oh, this is new also.
This is the new stuff, yeah.
Layers Photo Studio, and
Yes.
it's got 44 pieces, and here, I'll flip it over so you can see them. They're $8.99, and some of them are frames, and some of them are just like cards. But they're all about photos, aren't they? Like photographer cards?
Yep. So what I did with this is I just started layering these on here. I sanded, I inked, I sprayed with some antique linen, and then I kind of got a wild hair and I threw a little bit of antique linen embossing powder on it when it was still
you
a little
did?
sticky and
Okay,
wet.
is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay, so this, you can't see it, but this is a
Got
little
some
rough.
texture. So it definitely takes it from looking like that shiny kind of newer paper to something a little bit more dingy and dull, which is what I like. You wouldn't have to do that.
Alicia, you need to turn in your projects to Tim Holtz.
No.
You need to submit them, or at least to Tim Holtz Addicts, start posting
I
them.
don't know.
Because they're amazing.
Thanks. But so this is what I started with, just so you kind of get an idea sometimes of what goes on in my head. So then I might take this panel and decide to add that
yeah.
panel to it. But sometimes I just start doing things to do it. And then things will come together because it just randomly happens.
This panel
to
would
sit
be really
somewhere.
cool on there.
Wouldn't it?
And you
or
could-
I even thought, look at this. Wouldn't
Oh,
that be
yes.
cute on there? So who knows? It might sit like this for a really long time before I decide to actually like put something on there.
I
So we'll
love
see.
how you did the embossing glaze.
Yeah. And I don't know that it, sometimes a little bit of the grittiness will come off, but you can just see where between the collage medium that I put over it with a little bit of antique linen distress spray stain, and then I just sprinkled the antique linen and also a little bit of the, what is the crystals? What is that called? Frosted crystal.
Yes,
I will
thank
mix
you.
a little bit of that in there too, and then I just heat emboss it and see what happens. And
I like that. And see what happens.
yeah, and sometimes I just get really cool stuff, and other times I'm like, oh, that didn't work.
But you know for next time.
Yeah. So this this little panel here is also one of the
One of the
little-
etc.
Oh, it might be one of the square ones that we
I
got
think
out
it's
earlier.
the square one that we got.
Yeah.
But it's an etc. piece.
And this is another product that I just wasn't quite sure. I thought, what am I supposed to do with that? Well, then once you see it and you realize
just
how you
another
can
great
layer,
surface, yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. I love them.
And
I
they're
love them.
$7.99 and you get 4 different panels.
And they're so sturdy. You can put collage medium on there. You can paint them. You can do anything to them, and they stay nice and thick and sturdy. And it just gives you a good base to work off of.
Well, and you don't have to necessarily cover the back, because I know you had another project, and the back looks good the way it is. Just
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
using this craft.
Yep. And if I wanted to take this and glue this on here, I just know the way that I've done things before, it will glue on nice and tight. Like it'll stay on there really nicely. Yeah.
Because they're not wood; they are a paper product.
Yes.
But they're just unique.
Yeah.
I don't know where Tim found
really
this
are.
product, but I
Yep.
like it.
And so on this one, I did some of the photo frames in the background, but also some of the big wider collage strips is what I cut up and put down in some of those pieces too.
Looks good. I mean, Elishia, everything looks amazing.
Thank
I'm sure
you.
people are just in awe. But remember what Elishia said about just get out your stuff
Just start
and
playing.
use it.
These are the new frames.
Those are the layer frames, and you get 12.
Yeah, and I love these. Love them. Wait till you see. I've made a little.
And they're already sewn, right?
Yes.
So the stitching that you see on here is already on the frame.
Yep.
And they even have, let me get up close, they even have the extra string hanging down.
Yep. And that's what I use to tie the little heart.
Oh,
adornment
good
on.
idea. Oh, there's the rest of the adornments, the
Yeah.
sweetheart adornments.
And this was an old piece of fabric that I had.
So for the
Oh, I
fabric, did you put it on with collage medium?
I did.
Elishia? Okay.
Yep, I did. I pretty much use collage medium for everything. Collage
Ma-
medium,
Maggie
matte
loves
medium,
collage medium.
Yeah. I'm not real picky, but I'm like I said, I'm not.
Whatever you got.
Whatever's close.
That's exactly what Maggie
Or
says.
whatever's already on my
Our
hands. I'm
artsy,
like,
our artsy
"Eh."
friends.
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah. I did the antique glaze, the antique linen glaze on that piece of ephemera. That's an older piece of Tim Holtz
Let me
ephemera.
get up a little closer.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to tilt it and you can kind of see it. With the glaze, your design shows through, which is really nice. And antique linen is very light.
I
So
love
that
antique linen.
I love that. I'm going to remember that. And you know what, Elishia? A lot of people have antique linen because one of Maggie's new projects kits that she has with the sunflower, you use the antique linen glaze.
Yep.
So a lot of you might have it already if you got it with Maggie's kit.
Here's another panel that I did. This is with these.
Oh, collage paper.
Yep.
That's the serendipity, and look at all the ones. You get 30 pieces, and here's a close-up of, whoops, if I can get rid of the blur of the patterns, and that's $5.99.
That stuff's amazing. I love it.
And here's archives.
Yep. And I did use a little bit of that one too.
Well, what I love is that it's not on rolls anymore.
It's so much easier to use like this.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
it's not curvy and rolled up,
Yeah.
so I love it too.
And I have like an old vintage barnwood frame that this fits perfectly in. Sometimes that stuff is it's just by chance that it happens. But vintage buttons for my grandma, mummy cloth,
It's cool that you have
That's
your
the
grandma's.
velvet trim, the Tim Holtz
Oh,
velvet trim.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the velvet trims come in 3 different color packs.
to
You have
grab
your
those real
neutral. Yeah.
I can grab
Your
them.
neutral, your warm colors, and your cool colors. And since this is green, this would be in the cool colors. We heard rumors that the velvet trims are being discontinued, so we ordered a whole bunch of them, but it seems like we've still been able to get them, so I really don't know. So you got your neutral, your warm, and your cool.
And I use all of them all the time.
And they each have a yard, so you get 7 yards in each package for $7.99. Yeah, they're nice. And they look kind of old-fashioned, too.
And I'm not sure if you can see, but I did sew through it a little bit just to
you
give it a
did?
little bit more texture. But I don't always do that.
We can see a line there.
I did it on this one too. It's a little
Oh,
lighter.
here
so you
she
can probably see
zigzagged
it
on
better.
this one. Oh, Elishia.
And then I did also down here at the bottom, just to kind of anchor it, I used one of these little.
Those are the typed tags. And let's see, you get 12 of these. Oh, it doesn't have a picture. They're $9.99 for 12. What does yours say, Elishia?
Mine says, life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. And I thought about adding a clip and putting a photo on this also, which is probably what I would do, but I just wanted to show
I think
how the collage paper.
I think a wedding picture would be really neat on there.
Do you want to know what's really sad? Both sets of my grandparents did not have wedding photos. I do not, of all these photos
You
that I
have
have.
a million pictures.
I know, and neither one. So my paternal and my maternal grandparents have no wedding photos. None.
So none were taken at their wedding.
I do not believe so.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
crazy.
have their marriage certificates, but I do not have a wedding photo or any photo of them taken on that day that they got married.
It's so funny because you have a million family pictures.
Oh, and I keep finding more and more and more. I have a lot. Yeah, which I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful to have that. But this one, so the collage paper, I collage medium down first, then I lay down the collage paper, and then I do, I would say a little, I'm probably more careful with this stuff than I am with anything else, a little more collage medium on top to kind of get it to disappear. And then I spritzed it while it was still wet with the collage medium. I spritzed it with antique linen, and that's how I achieved that look. Otherwise, they do look a little bit more white.
So that's how you got it to look a little more cream.
Yes. Yep.
Nice. So the antique linen spray, you're talking about the distress spray?
Yep.
Oh,
This.
here it is. That's right. You showed us this earlier.
Yep. And sometimes if you get a big splat of it and it's not the look you're going for, just spritz it with a little water.
Oh, good tip. It is water soluble. So
Yeah. Yep. There's really, you can't screw anything up, let me tell you.
I think I need to get some antique linen spray now after seeing all of this.
I think you guys have more coming in.
It does make it vintagey.
It really does make a big difference. Yeah, it really does. Here's another little panel that I did. Same concept with the tissue paper. Used another frame. Obviously, I just love that frame. It's so cute. So I used the stitched frame, but then I used one of these frames to put behind it. Sorry, it's hard
So
for
those
me to
are
see what's what.
those are a little bit bigger then.
Yep.
So she used one of the
some of
photo
them-
studio frames, probably this green one,
Yep. Some of them just fit
down
perfectly
here in the
together.
corner. And then she put a stitched frame layer. Is it stitch layer?
Just called layer frames.
Layer frames over the top.
Yeah, sorry.
It worked out perfect. And it still shows the wording on the...
Yeah. And like I said,
Photo
sometimes
frame.
that's just a happy accident. I don't really do it on purpose. It just kind of happens.
Well, don't complain about it. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. And then I did, I can't remember if that was from that same pack
From
or if this
Sweetheart.
might be an old one.
You guys look at, we have just piles over here.
Yeah, we're making a mess, aren't
we? don't know
we?
what we have,
Yeah.
but I think it might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here it is, Elishia, and it is.
Yes, there we go. I
this
tried to
is-
use all of them.
This
'cause
is from the
sometimes-
Adornment Sweetheart.
Sometimes I'm not good about using everything in a package.
Then do you lose
But I
it?
think I
would
used
lose it.
everything but the bird.
Because you have the heart. Okay, here's the heart right here, guys.
Yep. I used the heart, the sweetheart, the flower was on one,
The wreath.
and then that. I kind of challenged myself a little to use it all.
That's good.
So that's that one. Then we went a little bit more masculine with this one, which I thought was really cute. I used, did I grab those? I'm sure I did. I wasn't sure about these either.
Oh, yeah, the screw heads.
Yep, but I went ahead and used those on there.
And she's got them on the corners there. You can see them.
Got the frames.
We were excited about those because, you know, they had the brads before.
Yep.
And you didn't really need the brad piece. You just needed the top.
These are real cute. And they glue on real nice. Like, even the small ones, I thought, well, how are they going to stick on there? Another one of the little metal embellishments. And
that was from the typed tags.
Yep.
The little metal round thing there. And that's from here.
I think that was about, oh, I did do some luster wax around the corner on that too. I don't know if Janet could link that, but.
She might be able to link. I think she can find luster wax pretty easily.
Okay, let's do, oh gosh.
You still have these
I have a
over
couple
here.
more things. Here, we'll do this one real quick. This was just a cute tag that I made. This was all the leftover pieces, so when I would cut the edges off of my strips.
Oh, so you just took your leftovers.
Yes, this is just all of my leftovers from any of the boxes or the strip pieces projects that I put together. This was what I had left over. And so I just sewed around the tag.
There's my diamond earring right there.
Yes, I love those.
Maggie made us all. Last year for my birthday, she made us all diamond earrings with the Tim Holtz diamonds.
Yeah.
It really pops on your tag, though. I like it.
Yeah, isn't it cute? And who knows what I'll do with that. It might end up on the front of a book or something someday. You never know. You never know.
I don't know how you keep track of everything you have, Elishia.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
That explains it.
Okay, so this is another one of those flip-flop books like the other one that I did with the linen market. But this is the Tim Holtz one that I did.
Oh, you've got the heart on the front. Did you happen to bring any hearts
I
over?
did bring a heart. Yes, I did.
A lot of people aren't sure what to do with these hearts, the salvaged hearts, and they are pretty
they're
fun.
good.
I like it on the front of your book.
Yep.
And the salvage hearts, you're going to get 5 of them for $7.99, and they're different sizes.
And I put foundry wax on it and
I like it.
heated it to set it. Then I sanded it a little, and then I dabbed on a little alcohol ink. Mushroom alcohol.
Mushroom makes everything better.
Yep. And one thing I didn't bring over, I actually made this frame on the front myself with the scorched timber distress ink. And then I freehand cut it out. That's why it does not look perfect, but I don't care.
I like it, though. I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So you kind of made your own
I
frame.
did. I wanted
your own
something a
layer
little more
frame.
neutral, and so I used the, I've used it before in a lot of my demos. The Tiny Prints, is it? The florals?
Oh, the stamp, yeah.
From Tim Holtz.
Can you ring the bell?
Yeah.
Could you
Miss
grab us
Maggie?
the tiny print stamp from Tim Holtz?
That one, can you see that?
It's a background stamp.
It's a big background stamp. Yeah, that was something I
So
forgot.
you just stamped the paper. So that I thought maybe your paper was that pattern.
No, I stamped it myself. And you'll see I used it in a few different things in this book. What's the easiest way to hold this one? I'm going to do it like
Yeah,
this.
that looks good.
And then if you want me to stop and talk about anything, you just...
Is that Clark? I'm hung up on
Okay,
Clark
so
now.
I don't know who that is, to be honest. No, I think these are all pictures of my other grandma's side of the family. Thank you. So this is the stamp set. I use this a lot.
This came out and we're kind of like, what are we going to do with that? And then, oh my
I
gosh,
love it.
we've had lots of great samples with it. So that's called Tiny Prints. It's a Tim Holtz stamp. And it's $24.99 for the 2 stamps. And that's how Elishia did her paper on the front. You said you did some more.
You'll see some other, but so what I do is I stamped, this would have been maybe multi-medium cardstock, maybe, perhaps. I sprayed it with a little scorched timber, spritzed it with a little bit of water, spritzed it with a little bit of antique linen, inked the edges. Kind of sounds like a lot, but like, I don't know.
But when you're having fun, when you're having fun and you're experimenting and trying
And honestly,
new
this
things.
was a background piece that I made prior to putting this book together. So when I say sometimes when you just get an idea, like one day I just was struggling, couldn't think of what to do. So I just started stamping on some multimedia cardstock. I stamped on some watercolor cardstock, and then I just started inking things, spritzing water, drying it. And then I had these really cool backgrounds that I didn't really know what I was going to do with them. And then when I started doing this, I thought, oh, this will be perfect. Like that floral pattern behind there was perfect.
It does look perfect too.
Yeah. So as you can tell, I absolutely love that tape, that cello tape. It's amazing. So there's
Well, and I didn't realize it, Elishia, but it's actually printed on like a cellophane backing. So it, like a clear acrylic or whatever backing, so it looks like cellophane tape.
The only thing I haven't done with it that I really want to do is I want to try to stamp on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think you can stamp on it. So here's some little tags I made. So as you can see, this is the same background.
Yeah, did you stamp that? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's all stamping and inking and spritzing with water.
Look what she made, you guys. Oh my word. Now this is the same book she showed us earlier with the linen market, but now she's done it up
It's a little
differently and a
You
little
can see
more
what the
vintage.
back looks like. I mean, the back is started out as white paper, and I made it look like that just with stamps and ink.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm glad you
Same
showed
with
us the
this.
back.
I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, you can make it look so cool. Yeah. Let's see. And there's this one. Did the same thing, and I'll show you the back of this one also. You can see where, I mean, I literally cluster. I just rip and tear and glue it together. So you can kind of see where there's all the different layers in there.
Yeah.
But
Yes, that looks amazing.
Thank you. And I did want this book to just be a little bit more cohesive, so I did a lot of the tissue with collage
So she's
medium.
the collage paper that we showed earlier, the Serendipity,
Yep.
and what's the other one called? Archives. So she's used a lot of this in this
Yep.
book.
Yep, a lot of it.
I think it's very cohesive because it's all kind of blacks and sepia, and they go really well together.
And I did use a lot of, this is an oldie but a goodie.
This is the metallic sticker book, and it says it has 354 stickers. But what's cool, and maybe you like this too, it has black and white. So depending on what you want to use, and labels. And they're metallic.
Yeah. I did use some of the backdrops paper, and I couldn't tell you which backdrops because I have them all in multiples of all of them.
I love how you use the tiny print stamp. That is really neat.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
I do love it. I do love it. This one's pretty grungy, this book is. I mean, everything's grungy, but yeah, lots of...
Seriously, you need to post some of your stuff on Tim Holtz Addicts. People would love that.
I don't post anything anywhere. This is also, I love this little package. A lot of the little labels and the little pieces that you see
And that's called number strips.
are from this pack. Yep. Yeah.
It's got 119. Oh my gosh.
And believe it or not,
you won't be able to even see them all, but look at all the different ones.
I've used a ton of them, but I still have a lot left, so I like those a lot. And this,
And would this be one right here, probably, Elishia?
yeah.
So there's one of the number strips.
Yep, it sure is. Yep.
And you can see her stickers there from the sticker book.
Yep. And those black stickers with the gold on them, I loved that, but I did sand them all a little bit. I sanded them and inked them just to rough them up. And this
Those
page I left
pictures.
plain just because, I don't know
my
why.
gosh,
I just
those-
liked it the way it was. So it
Yeah,
stayed
it looks
plain.
the way it is. It looks good.
Thanks.
You did stamp a lot with the tiny prints.
Yeah, I really did like that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Elishia.
Okay, I have one more
You got
project.
Oh, that's right. You've got this one.
One more.
And we've been doing several projects on rings, so this is perfect.
And that's kind of where I got the idea, and I thought, well, we're just going to run with it.
Oh,
So,
and fabric?
I used fabric.
So we've got here the eclectic elements, and these are from Tim Holtz, and they're $39.99. And Janet can link it. I can't remember how many you get here, maybe 10, jelly roll size. And we have another one also that's more neutral. This one's got a few more colors.
That
in
one's
it.
got a little more color to it. So
Oh,
I
is
just,
that what's on your?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I just cut strips of it. I just cut it a little bit and I tear it. I don't want it to look perfect by any means. Cut it, tear it. It's a Graphic 45 big loop pin.
And we do
or big
have
loop.
the Graphic 45 book rings. So if you want, they're kind of brassy looking, kind of browns, bronzy, and we do have those, and they're kind of big too.
Yeah, this one is a really big one. I just used the frames again, the stitched frames.
So those
Love
are the
them.
layered frames.
And I put this one on the back. You can see this was actually the back of that photo.
Oh,
And we said it had a really cool stamp, so I used that as part of my, you know, I guess my decor, my decoration, if you will.
I like it.
Yeah. So I added like another little piece of fabric. I had some old vintage lace. I will say some of this stuff that you saw me use is probably from 49 in Market. I didn't have Doug link that.
Yeah.
It's got 3 different sizes, and I will cut it up to the size that I want. But I've backed all of these with these frames again. You get so many in this pack, so many. So I use these a lot, and I've only had 1 package of these.
She's only had 1 pack. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is some collage strips inside one of the frames. I just sort of picked out the ones that I liked. Some more mummy cloth that I just sprayed with some distress spray stain.
You wonder if that was like a special occasion with her hat that she's wearing.
It was
First Communion.
It
or
was a
something?
First Communion. Yeah, it was a First Communion. And I did one of these.
Those are the flashcards. Those were released maybe a couple years ago. You get 45, and
There's so many of them.
we keep ordering them because I have a fondness for flashcards. Yeah.
Sure.
We don't have the cream, but we have.
So Chris went and got the 49 in Market essential trims that Elishia was just talking about. And we have black and white, which you could use the black in this project also.
Oh, absolutely.
They're normally $9.99, and they are on sale for $5. So they're half off if you wanted to get them while you can. When they're gone, they're gone. And we have the white and the black.
And especially the white, you could spray stain, like just
Sure,
like the
you could-
antique
you could
linen right
ink
over
those.
it. Absolutely.
I think the black would have been really good in
it
your
would
previous,
be in this book.
in your
Ooh,
other
wouldn't that look
project.
good?
That would have been really nice.
Yeah, that would be really good. So let's see. Got some more cards, more photos, more cards,
More flashcards, my
more
favorite.
flashcards. Yep. And I did the little strings. I taped on some of the strings and just added little.
Oh, okay. So remember we said the strings are left on those frames, and then you just added, just a little piece of tape.
Yeah.
Or not tape, but the
The cello.
cello
Yep.
stickers.
Yep. And then just added some stuff in there. This one was just so fun. I think I did this one in a night. I just had the idea that I thought.
It's kind of like you get started,
cute
don't you,
hanging on a
Elishia?
hook.
And you
Oh,
just,
yeah.
You're inspired and you just roll with it.
Yeah.
And you
And
have
sometimes
done so
I'll just
many.
have my photos sitting out on the table, and I'll have the frames on the table, and it's like, oh, this looks perfect here, just the colors. And so, yeah.
So in your craft room, do you have a desk? Do you have like a 6-foot table?
I have a 6-foot, we call them church tables. I
Oh,
have a
sure,
6-foot
yeah.
church table. I have a lot of storage. I have a custom closet with shelves in it that my husband built for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I have some old pieces of furniture that I store my stuff in, and yeah, but I have a whole room. It's like an extra bedroom in our house, and it's in the very up back corner, so I can just shut the door and walk out when I make a mess.
And I have a feeling you probably make a mess quite often.
I do. It can get
'Cause
really
you've
bad.
told us.
Yeah, it can get really bad sometimes, but
Oh,
it's
I love
fun.
it.
I
it.
love doing this. It's fun. It's
Well,
my
how
passion.
nice.
so.
And Elishia, we love having you. I'm
Thank
looking
you.
to see if I have any other questions.
Sure.
It's so nice of you to come in. This is Elishia's day off, and she's came to Memory Bound and brought her projects to share with us and all her creativity. And we'll take some pictures and we'll get them on our blog so you can, if you want to kind of remember her projects, because there's been so many. Elishia, I know I'm going to go, oh, I don't remember that, but she did
Right.
this. And we'll get
Ask
some
me any
pictures.
questions. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and you know what, Elishia, I hope you come back after you work with Everyday Junk from Photo Play.
I might go home and work on it today since it's icky and rainy
Wouldn't that be
out.
fun?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming in
Thanks
today.
for
We
having me.
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I don't really know what we're doing tomorrow. I feel like I should look that up and know. Oh, Penny. Oh, is it layouts, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, tomorrow we're back to red, white, and blue, and Penny's doing some layouts with 6x6, with a 6x6 paper pack, and you're going to love seeing that too. And that, we had a lot of requests yesterday, Elishia. We asked people what they wanted to see, and a lot of people said layouts, and we're doing it tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, and thanks, Elishia.
Thank you.
Have a crafty day.